All right. Taking a moment today to review if this MyndGuide project will be of any help to you as you develop your own guide. In other words, do I have anything to offer you? First off, I'm not sure this is the best resource for someone that's just starting out. My approach may resonate best with individuals that have been exploring this terrain for a while. Of course, every path is unique, so the time you've spent doing this means nothing. When you're ready to stop wandering, you will. I'm sharing this information because I know I don't know, but I'm pretty sure, there must be others out there that are tired of wandering, and those people may relate to what I'm doing here the best. If you want to know how long you've been wandering, and I mean really, honestly wandering, I think you'll know. You probably have answers, but you haven't really found any solutions. Or maybe you just feel you've collected enough teachings and you're tired of waiting for these teachings to do something for you. That's where I was. And then things changed for me. I realized all the answers and improvements and results all lied within my own MyndGuide. I was wandering around carrying everything I needed. And this project is that, MyndGuide. I can't stress this enough. This is not the next step down the path. This is the final step, the realization there is no next step. MyndGuide is the application of what you have and not the collection of more. So if you're here looking for answers, you may have enoughness issues. And I think so many of us transpose those enoughness issues from the material world over to the spiritual realm. But that's just dead weight that we're carrying around with us. All the texts and teachings and lessons, they just weigh you down if you continue to carry them. So please don't carry MyndGuide. You need only your own guide. You can write it down, or you can just intuit and you'll know it, but it will be yours. Now, that may sound like a bunch of crazy woo speak. What I'm saying may not make much, if any, sense to you. And you may ask, rightfully so, how can you create your own guide if you don't learn from others? It's a good question. But I encourage you to stop and think. At the root of every half-decent spiritual path, every religion, every philosophical discord, there's a universal truth that your answers are found by turning within. What you seek is within you. But you need to learn that yourself, and no one can teach you but you. So again, if you're just beginning down this path of self-exploration, I encourage you to go out there and gorge on as much information as you can stomach, and from as many sources as you can. Let your most primitive desire systems run their course. Hunt and gather and hoard all the teachings and allow desire to run free, and enjoy the consumption of this amazing, wonderfully meaningless information. And at some point along that path, you'll realize it was a path of self-exploration, and eventually you'll wander inside. You can only be distracted by external things for so long. And to be clear, I'm not discounting the external distractions or anyone's desire to explore them. There's very few experiences that come close to the feeling you get when you begin learning what life is. You'll find or stumble upon some path that wanders through different techniques involving consciousness, and your journey will open up to opportunities you never dreamed of. Observing what some humans can do with their consciousness can profoundly change us. We become aware that we had no idea what we were missing. And the feelings we can draw on from finding these people and their answers, just, oh yes, please pile more of that on. I mean, who wouldn't be drawn in? Find someone that moves you towards a deeper understanding of who you are, why you're here, what life means, what experience is about. It feels amazing. Once that particular teaching or method clicks into place, things will begin to make so much sense. And once you feel like you're understanding things, you're hooked. You get this feeling like you're close to the truth. You're almost there. It's like uncovering the secret almost. And that answer is just beyond your fingertips. I mean, it's not, but you will believe it is. And that belief, that feeling of hope feels so amazing until it becomes frustrating through all the wandering and you end up here. So to be clear, none of this will be your fault, all this wandering. You're not wrong to want answers. You're a desiring human, and as such, you are susceptible to navigating based on someone else's guide. Why not learn from others? I don't know. So you'll collect and carry around different guides, and just the creations of others, not quite yet ready to create your own. I'm sure some people never even realized they could create their own. And of course, it can be very helpful to have seen the guides of others before you can create your own. It may even be necessary, but how much learning is enough? How many years does it take until you're ready to start? Only you can decide that. Again, there are some incredible guides out there. Some true artists have come into human form. And if you've been wandering for a while, you'll undoubtedly have a list of your favorites, your go-to teachers, your gurus, books, YouTube lessons. These resources have the ability to make you feel like you're almost there, so you continue to spend time with them. A true artist, a wordsmith can explain the unexplainable in a way that makes you feel like you are there, immersed within that unexplainable. And others aren't so much artists, but just beings. They seem to just exist and allow you to feel so much good. You can draw your enjoyment just from being around them or thinking about them, and it feels good. You enjoy feeling good. You feel as though anything is possible when you have them. You believe these resources to be your guide, or the guide they have created is for you. I mean, how else can they understand you so well? They seem to know your desires and your struggles to realize those desires. You want what they have, well, what they apparently have, which is a completed guide, some sort of treasure map that leads you to a place of abundant goodness. So you will consume what they create, and it will feel good, so you'll consume more, looking for enough. And this consumption will allow you to feel the goodness you desire. Desiring has a way of clouding you from the truth. You may have began your search looking for a truth about why you desire this feeling, and now you're satisfied just to bask in the wonderful feelings themselves. And hey, no judgment here. Why not enjoy life? But are you just enjoying, or are you investing in life? If you're investing, you believe you're close. Do you resist beginning down any new paths or beginning your own because you're close, because you're invested? You may even have moments of doubt, though you would never admit it to anyone. What if you did make a mistake investing so much into this particular method or teaching? Do you have the will to start again from scratch? Or do you just double down and commit to the current path? You know, you can test your path to know this for yourself. If your method feels wonderful when it's happening, but later when you're on your own, you feel empty or lacking, so you search out more of that teacher, more of that method, more books, more videos. Ask yourself, have you learned anything from that teacher? Or is that teacher now your source of good feelings? When we do this, are we learning, or are we just consuming them, their words, their understanding for enjoyment? No one can ever know the intentions of another person. I don't know if teachers out there purposely sell hope instead of providing truth, but who cares? What each of us can ask and know is, am I consuming this experience for enjoyment, or am I learning? Am I hooked on feeling good and being entertained by all these teachings, or am I truly looking to grow and create my own guide? If you're ready to create your own mind guide, do it. Stop learning and start doing. As I said at the beginning, most people are only ready once they're well-traveled, once they've really felt the effects of the journey. Often there needs to be a bit of discouragement. You need to be a little weathered, a little dirty, a little broken. You've been around that block a few times, believing the truth would be around that next corner. And then you realize you've just been going around in circles. It's been right turn after right turn. It's been exercise, but you haven't really gotten anywhere. If this is you, you're ready for a left. But hey, if you do turn left, even that path can only take you so far. Eventually, your path, your practice takes you to an edge. If you've traversed the land of teachings and arrived at a cliff, you're at that edge. And at that edge, you are confronted by the harsh reality that you cannot proceed without a leap of faith. You must leave all the teachings and lessons and wandering behind and fly. And you'll know this, and you will still not be ready to take the leap. And that's fine. You'll just turn and continue on a perpendicular path. You'll walk the edge of the cliff, collecting more lessons that teach about the edge and how to leap. Some of these edge teachings are way out there. They make you feel like you're actually out there, but you're not. You're on the edge. These lessons will talk about the leap, what it feels like to live on the edge, but they are not the leap. The leap can only ever be accomplished, never learned. If I have a hope for this project, it's that you'll realize the leap of faith is the inevitable final step. I hope you'll also realize the edge is a wonderful place to reside indefinitely. It has the most amazing views, and there's never any rush to leap. I hope you can settle into your perpendicular path and not critique it, but just enjoy it. I hope you notice that as you walk this new path, it will include small missteps, and each little slip will push you off the edge just a little more each time. These moments will be scary, but I hope you can see they're creating a new edge for you to travel along. It's almost like the path is encouraging you out. I hope you'll ask of the path, or your path, am I walking you, or are you guiding me? I hope you'll learn that you should not listen to anyone else, but guide yourself. And I hope you realize that hope is exactly what is holding you back, and you let go of that too.